Hello friends, it's me MBV. Welcome to my channel once again. Today I have come up with a new story and a corporate lesson. Once, there were two friends, Marcus and Julian, who left their training academy and became commanders at the main gate of two vast digital fortresses, that is payments organizations. They held the most critical position, the first line of defense, the point of entry for all who sought access. Marcus, the commander diligent, took his duty with unwavering seriousness. He knew that the main gate was the last chance to stop a threat. He was disciplined, following every protocol, understanding that diligence was the moat around the entire kingdom. Julian, the commander casual, was charming, focused on speed, and saw the gate protocols as tedious paperwork. He believed in quick business, prioritizing a swift entry over rigorous verification. One stormy evening, a delegation arrived at both gates simultaneously. They were merchants, seemingly harmless, dressed in fine robes and carrying documents promising immense trade with a new high-volume merchant application. Yet, under the surface, they were the enemy in disguise, fraudulent entities seeking to use the fortresses for illegal gain. At Commander Marcus's gate, there is always a strict diligent check. Marcus greeted the delegation, but his demeanor was sharp and suspicious. He didn't just glance at their scrolls of the initial application forms. He cross-referenced their seals that are the verification documents against every known warning list of sanctions and negative media checks. He noticed a minor inconsistency, a date on a trade license that didn't match the public record. That is a KYC red flag. He pressed them on their beneficial ownership and their source of wealth, asking questions that exposed cracks in their story. The outcome: Marcus, realizing the disguise, sternly denied them entry and rejected the onboarding application. More importantly, he immediately sent riders to the inner command, the second line of defense, compliance and fraud teams, warning them of the specific tactics and disguises the enemy was using. The fortress of a well-known payment organization's fortress was safe. Commander Julian's gate has always a casual check. Julian, eager to process the new business, barely looked up. The delegation looked good and their scrolls were signed. He focused on the appearance of compliance, not the substance. He waved away his guards' mild concerns, saying, "They look fine. Let's get this deal done." He bypassed the required depth of check, skipped enhanced due diligence, and, with a quick stamp, granted them full access to the inner courts and onboarded them as merchant and activated their payment processing to all kinds of methods of payment. The moment the disguised enemy stepped inside Julian's fortress, they dropped the pretense. They ignited their hidden stores of kindling, starting fires everywhere, and there is a rapid money laundering, chargeback fraud, and illicit transactions everywhere. The Citadel burned. Regulatory authorities descended, issuing massive fines and penalties for AML failures. The treasury was plundered. The fortress's reserves were drained by fraud, and chargebacks lead to direct financial losses. The reputation was ruined. The great seal of the fortress was disgraced, shattering the trust of its allies. Many banks and partners refused to work with the payment system. Julian stood outside, utterly helpless, watching the inferno. The damage was not external. It was internal and catastrophic, a direct result of his single, casual failure at the first line of defense. The business lesson: the commanders at the main gate are the business development team, and Risk hold the keys to the entire system. Diligent KYC is not paperwork. It is the wall that stops the fire. A fast-tracked, casual onboarding might bring in immediate revenue, but a single fraudulent merchant who slips past a critical check can cause an irreversible, burning failure that consumes the entire company. The business lesson learned today: always empower and demand diligence from your first line of defense. Ensure to keep the risks at bay by passing necessary information to the second line of defense timely. Thank you, my friends. Have a great and wonderful day. Ensure to subscribe for more such informative videos and stories.